James, and today I'll be showing you how to sort a list by using the method called selection sort. Now, what on earth is selection sort? Well, it's a method that uses the minimum of the unsorted list to make the final sorted list. Now, let's take a look. Now, we have a list here from 1 to 7, and we're trying to make the list go from 1 to 7. Alright, so what we do is, first we find the minimum of the list. We go from one end to the other. So that because computers are not humans, they cannot instantly tell which number is the smallest. Okay, let's go through each one by one. You'll soon see what I mean by when we find the minimum. Alright, so let's take the first one. Let's put 6 as a minimum for now, because that is the only number we know. Next, we have 4. 4 is less than 6, so 4 is the new minimum we have. Next is 7. 4 is less than 7, so 4 is still the current minimum. 5 is next, and 4 is still less, so 4 remains at the minimum. However, the next number is 1. 1 is less than 4, so we will hold 1 for now as the minimum of the list. 1 to 2. 2 is greater than 1, so 2 will not be the minimum, and 1 will be. 3 is also greater than 1, so now we know that of this list, the minimum is 1. Therefore, we switch 1, and the first number of the list, which is 6. So therefore, the minimum we know, we know what the minimum is for sure, and this will be in the first position of the list. Alright, let's ignore this for now. We have separate lists, and we will do the exact same procedure again. Counting through. For now, we know that 4 is the minimum because that was the only thing we know. Next is 7, it's greater, so it's still 4. 5 is greater, so 4 is still the minimum. 6 is greater, so 4 is still the minimum. However, 2 is less than 4, so 2 is the minimum now. Let's keep 2 in mind. The next number is 3. So 3 is not the minimum, and 2 is. So we switch 2 with the first element in this current list, which is 4. Let's put these aside. See how these are starting to make a list. Let's do the same for the rest. Alright. 7 is the current minimum for this list. Goes on, 5 is less than 7, so that becomes the minimum. 6 is greater, so 5 is still the minimum. 4 is less than 5, so 4 becomes the minimum. And then 3 is greater than 4. 3 is less than 4, so 3 becomes the minimum right there. Therefore, we switch 3 with the first element of the list. And our list is starting to take shape. Alright. The current minimum of our list right now is 5. The unsorted list is 5. Going through 6, 4, 7, we see that 4 is the minimum of this current list. So that we switch this with the first position of the list, as is, and we put this in the sorted list. Now, for this unsorted list still, we consider 6 as the minimum. Then we go to 5 and see that 5 is the minimum because it's less than 6, and then it's still 5 because 7 is greater than 5. So 5 switches with 6 and is put in the sorted list. 6 is less than 7. We consider 6 to be the current minimum. When compared to 7, 6 is still less than 7. So 6 is the minimum here. This is put into the list, the sorted list. And 7 is by itself, which is basically sorted by itself. So we put that into the completed list. And there we have the entire sorted list from 1 through 7 consecutively. Thanks for watching. Selection sort.